Hi, peace and blessings. This is Jovhannah, the spiritual love healer, coming to you with an Ask Jovhannah segment. So I received a question, and you can submit questions to get them answered if there's something happening in your life that you're wanting guidance on. And I'll include the link in the description box for you. But today's question is, why do people treat me badly? Did I do something in a former life to be treated and used in this life? And this question kind of hit home a question too, because I've been in a lot of toxic relationships where I've been abused, been used, and not being in balanced relationships, right? Not getting the same thing back that I was putting out. And that can be very hurtful. It can cause you to doubt yourself, to question yourself, to wonder, like, is something wrong with me? And so I'm really excited to answer this question. So make sure you share, like, comment, especially if this resonates with you or if someone you know can benefit from this information. Definitely tag them, share this video with them so that they can get this message as well. So, this is such a deep question. So here's the thing, and let me go back to it so I can see the question while I'm talking. Okay. Why do people treat me badly? So there are a couple different answers to this particular question as to why people mistreat other people. One is because they themselves are hurting or going through some sort of painful experience and they don't know how to show up in a positive way for themselves or for others. We cannot control other people, their behaviors, their thoughts, their who they are and how they show up in the world. The only thing that we can truly control is ourselves. So we have to remember that we are always in control. Even though sometimes it does not feel like it, it feels like things are happening to us and people are doing this and people are doing that and it's affecting us. We have to remember, one, that we're in control, two, that all relationships are a mirror. So one of the things that I would recommend is really looking at how you feel about yourself, how you're treating yourself. And this can be hard for people, but it comes down to being honest. Are you allowing people to mistreat you, or are you being assertive and standing up for yourself and protecting yourself in a way? So when we connect with people and we start to see that these people are not in alignment with us, right? They're not being kind. They're not responding. They're not showing up for us, right? I've had, best friends that I've known for years where, they needed something that I was always there, shoulder to cry on, helping out with whatever I could help out with. But when it came time for me, like, I didn't have a shoulder to cry on, right? So we have to be honest about what are we allowing people to do in our lives. So if you have people in your life that are treating you badly, on some level, you are accepting that behavior by not addressing it, by allowing it to continue. And you have to stand up for yourself and say, you know what? We can't be friends if you're going to continue to treat me this way. This is what I need from you as a friend. And this goes for family members as well. I had to have a difficult conversation with family members, and I'm like, listen, you're not going to talk to me like this. If we are going to continue to be connected to one another, this has to be a mutually beneficial relationship based upon love and respect. And if you can't come at me like that, then leave me the fuck alone. And that's what it was. Like, we, at the end of the day, have to govern ourselves and our world accordingly. So one of the things that I say is, your life is your business, manage it. And that means you have to be in control of your life. You can't place things external of you and really realize, like, okay, if people are treating me badly, what kind of energy am I putting out? Am I hurting on some level to where I'm attracting these people? Or am I being too nice to the point where they're sensing I'm not going to defend myself, that I'm not going to be assertive, that they can walk all over me? And trust me, I have been there plenty of times, because I'm a naturally nurturing person, always very nice, always want to overgive to people. And in doing so, I can attract the wrong people. I can attract energy vampires. I can attract people who just want to use. They see that, you know, I have a full cup that's overflowing with love and positivity. So yes, as great a person as you are, you will still attract people who are not great, who are negative, who are, like I like to call them, the negative Nancys and the toxic Tammys and the no good Nelsons. You're going to attract these people, but it's up to you to have the discernment to say, this is not a good relationship for me. I need to distance myself from this family member because they're not respecting me. I need to set up boundaries so that I'm being treated in a way that feels good. And also really looking at how you feel about yourself. Sometimes we feel that we deserve these type of relationships because maybe we did something bad, or we're trying to, you know, trying to prove that we're good people by just sticking in there. And then sometimes we can also be the person that's trying to change someone, right? Trying to, like, we see that good seed in them, and we're like, oh, if only I could just help them be a better person, everything would be great. And so we can't do that anymore. It's not our job to fix people. We're not required to allow people to misuse us, to abuse us, to mistreat us, to talk to us any type of way. No, 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 no. That's got to stop. And as far as doing something in a former life, I can't speak to that without really connecting with you. But what I can say is, even if you did something in a former life, or you feel like this is some kind of, you know, karma, or, you know, bad luck or something like that playing out in your life because you continue to get in these relationships, or, you know, connect with people who are mistreating you and using you, now that you're aware that this is a pattern in your life, you now have the knowledge, the awareness, and most importantly, the power to stop it, to correct it, and to change it. So use this as an opportunity. So we can emit energy, right? That from, you know, things that we've been through, from situations. My daughter's closing the door, so I'm like, what's going on? I just kept hearing the door like open and close. So like, as far as like a former life, right, that speaks to energy, patterns, habits, ingrained behaviors and frequencies that we are emitting. And that's where we're attracting people to us and repelling people from us. So if you're starting to feel like you are just attracting all of these people, and now you're aware of it, that means on some level you're now, like, your energy has shifted to where you're realizing, I no longer deserve this, I no longer desire this. So you're starting to question, like, okay, why is this happening, and what can I now do about it? And so some of the things that you can do, I would recommend social life for the relationships that you want. So you can find, you know, pictures, whether you print them off the internet, whether you go get some magazines, post a board, and you literally cut pictures out and words out that represent the energy that you want. How do you want people to treat you? How do you want to be seen? How do you want to show up in your friendships? And also consider, what are you giving to people, right? Are you giving kind, loving behavior? My computer keeps doing weird stuff, sorry. Are you giving out the kind, loving behavior that you want to see from, you know, the people in your life? And if not, and if maybe you were not the best friend, or, you know, maybe you did some things wrong, How can you forgive yourself so that you're no longer carrying that negative energy with you, and you can then go on to really start to magnetize and attract positive, loving, supportive people in your life who will no longer take advantage of you or treat you badly or misuse you. I have a amazing coaching program that focuses on this, and it's called Love Rehab. And it's about releasing toxic and unhealthy relationship patterns and habits so that you can clear all of that stuff out and really start focusing on creating happy and healthy relationships. And part of the program, it's focused on self-love because we are mirrors. And this is one of the hardest truths to realize and to accept, is that our relationships are a reflection of us. And if we have people in our lives that are mistreating us, that are abusing us, that are taking advantage of us, then on some level, whether we are aware of it or not, we feel like we deserve it. We are not loving ourselves enough. And so one of the things that Love Rehab does, it really kind of focuses in on that so that you can really start to come to a place where you realize that you are worthy and deserving of love in all forms, in all of your relationships. You will also be able to build up on your confidence and assertiveness to set healthy boundaries. So you know that when this happens, you know that relationship doesn't serve you, and you already know what you're going to do. You know that, you know what, I'm not going to tolerate this, so I'm going to end this relationship. Or maybe it doesn't mean you have to end a relationship, but maybe it means you only talk to, a person, especially if it's a family member. Sometimes we cannot totally cut them out of our lives. Sometimes we have to, see or interact with them. So maybe that means you limit your contact with them. Maybe you just talk to them on holidays, or maybe once a year or something like that. But you have a set plan in place so that you can start to rebuild yourself. You start to rebuild a solid foundation for love in your life, as well as your expectations in relationships. So if you're interested in that, I will also include the link in the description box. But I just really want to impress upon you that you have the power to shift all of this, and pretty quickly. It's not something that, has to take forever. You can start right now with, like I said, one of the activities that I would recommend doing is creating a vision board around how you want to be treated in your relationships, and how you want to show up, or how you want to give in your relationships. Because it's all abundance, right? Relationships are give and take. We give and we receive. We receive and we give, and there's balance. When that giving and receiving is no longer balanced, that's when toxicity occurs. Because either you're over giving and someone else is taking too much, and then you feel bad, you feel depleted, you feel drained, you feel taken advantage of, and we don't have to have that anymore. And so I'm very adamant about helping people embrace spiritual love, and that's all about loving oneself, and showing up as a positive force in life. Because if we can each do that, then we can kind of erase this bad treatment, because whatever issues these people are having, they don't necessarily have anything to do with you. So they're just looking for somewhere to dump their toxic stuff out. And unfortunately, there are good people, there are empaths, there are just super nice people who want to help everybody, who absorb that stuff because, they're trying to be helpful, or they want to be friendly, and they don't want to hurt people's feelings. And so if we can all do our part to heal, we can change the world. We really can. And I truly believe that. So I hope that this has helped you, and or someone, anyone, everyone. And if you want to find me, you can find me. I'm on Instagram as The Spiritual Love Healer. Spiritual Love TV on YouTube. And you can visit my website, thespirituallovehealer.com. Again, all of these links will be in the description box, so you can submit your Ask Jovhannah question. You can also check out my coaching program to help you if you are ready to make a shift in your relationship so that you're no longer being treated badly, so that you are clearing out old energies and bringing in new, positive, abundant, loving energies. So thank you so much for allowing me to support you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon. Peace.